Hello, my friends, and welcome to Wireside with me, your host, Quinn Foose. Now and then, I like to think back to the good old days. The days when I was free from homework and I could sit down with a good video game for hours on end and no one and nothing interrupted me. Those days are long gone. But even though I miss those wonder years, I still have my memories, and there's always one thing that sticks out to me most when I think back to my days of endless gaming. Today I want to share with you the joy of my childhood. Let's have a chat about Star Wars games. The number of Star Wars games that you can play is ridiculous. The franchise has inspired games on all manner of platforms, from handheld systems to classic consoles and browser titles to mobile games. No matter what kind of hardware you have available to you, you can probably find a Star Wars game to boot up. There are so many games out there that I couldn't sit and talk about all of them even if I wanted to. However, I can tell you about the classics from LucasArts that made my younger years so great. Star Wars Battlefront 2004 and Star Wars Battlefront 2 from 2005 have a special place in my heart as they were essentially my introduction to video games. These were two of the first games that I ever got my hands on and the first two titles that I purchased after I got my first console, the PlayStation 2. Both games had good things to offer, but I think we all know which of the two was better. I mean, who wouldn't want the ability to play as a Jedi or a Sith? I sunk hours into both of these games, living out my Star Wars fantasy battles, and I loved every second of it. I can't talk about old Star Wars games without at least briefly bringing up some of the recent activity that we've seen in the franchise. While 2015's Star Wars Battlefront looked great, its gameplay and lack of content at release was a letdown. 2017's Star Wars Battlefront 2 had more content, including a full campaign, which was great to see, but the story we got was somewhat predictable, and the microtransaction mess that plagued its initial release reduced the title's potential for big success drastically. Both of these games and EA's cancellation of more recent narrative-driven projects like the title from EA Vancouver have lowered my opinion of Star Wars games over the past few years, and that's a big letdown. However, hope may not be totally lost. The recent Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order was everything that I could have hoped it to be. The exploration and combat systems were refreshing in the sea of Star Wars games, and the story of Cal Kestis and his crew was more satisfying than I could have hoped for. Lately, rumor has been going around on the internet that a new Star Wars game may be coming before April 2022 that is said to be very unique. Though the wait may be long, I can only hope for the best if and when we get the next installment in the long line of Star Wars video games. Thanks for chatting. Till next time.